So our next workshop is by Diamond Technology Solutions.
From Diamond Technology Solutions today, we're going to talk a little bit about e-commerce technologies, specifically for the jewelry industry. Before we start, I mean, I really like the way Amit and Deepak kind of did this, where took some questions. I have a set of slides that I'd like to go through, but in case someone wants me to focus a little bit on something specific, then please let me know. Feel free to just put up your hand and interrupt me. Totally fine. So we are going to cover 3 or 4 things here. First of all, I'm just going to give an introduction to what is good technology, what is it that you should look for when you go for new technology in terms of jewelry. What are the trends in customer-facing technologies, which would cover web, mobile, Facebook, all of that. The administration tools are absolutely essential when it comes to jewelry, and what's next, what's new in the industry. So what is good technology? A lot of you guys might have heard of the term KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You want to keep it very, very simple, especially for the user. The customer, absolutely essential to keep it simple. Also essential to keep it simple for your data entry people, people using your technology within your organization. If you want to do it in-house, then you already have a technical team. If you don't want to do it in-house, then you want to make sure that you don't have to create an IT team to take care of technology that's actually not built in-house. So I've put a little picture here of a baby using an iPad, and that's how simple you guys want to keep things. Non-technology people should be able to use your entire software. Technology is more of the plumbing that happens in the background, and the best technology is where you don't see this plumbing. You want to allow your technology to free up your time and not take up your time. It's there to help you to focus on your core business. We have a 3-click rule, when we create any kind of technology, or a 3-screen rule. If it's not 3 clicks, at least just 3 screens. You need to get to the shopping cart or get to be able to put something in the cart without making more than 3 clicks. Now, when it comes to jewelry, it's slightly more complicated because there are so many more parameters involved. We'll discuss that in a little bit. Instant results, pricing, a very big factor when it comes to jewelry. You also have the option to price things on the fly. Someone changes a metal, someone changes a stone, price it on the fly. Don't make him go to a different product, select a different product. Someone changes a ring size, maybe more metal is used because it's a different ring size. Change it on the fly. What does good technology allow you to do? Connect people, connect different channels, connect different languages, multi-languages, multi-currencies. If you're doing overseas, languages is going to be important as we go forward, even within India. English is not going to be enough. There's only 250, 300 million people that speak English in India. Some of them, or a lot of them, as a second, third language. Multi-vendor, you obviously want to have support to be able to get multiple people's inventory on there. You can't afford to keep all the inventory in-house, so you're going to be putting a lot of other people's products on there. Technology is a huge enabler when it comes to studying consumer behavior. When someone comes into your store, yes, face-to-face allows you to understand consumer behavior, but when it comes to technology, you get data on a mass scale. What is your customer looking at? What is the customer purchasing? What is he looking at a lot, but he's not purchasing it? Why? Maybe there's a problem with the price. Maybe there's something that a lot of people are purchasing, but more people would purchase it if you would keep it a little more visible. Maybe on the home page, maybe on a related items page. Maybe you want to cross-sell it, upsell it. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. Multi-channel. absolutely essential. The online and the offline world is almost merging now. It's not a different world. It's not a question about offline or online. It's not a question of whether it's mobile or Facebook or website or whatever. You want to be everywhere. Wherever the customer is, you want to be there. Eventually, he might come into your store and purchase it. Eventually, he might go to your website and purchase it, but you still want to be on the mobile. You still want to be on Facebook. We'll talk a little bit more about that again later. Marketplaces as well. Let's go into some of the trends in customer-facing solutions. I'm going to keep this a little, as fun as possible. Just show you some stuff that is going on in the industry. Some things that we've done, some things that people have done in the industry. I find that really cool. Whether there's several people in India doing it as well. Let's switch to another one here. So I've pulled up a few pages here. 77 Diamonds. This is a relatively newer website. Is everyone here familiar with Blue Nile, Carrot Lane? Yeah? Okay. So most people, not everyone, but Blue Nile, Carrot Lane, they specialize in loose diamonds, build your own ring sort of jewelry, customized jewelry sort of, personalized jewelry as well. 77 Diamonds, I really like this. It's similar to what Carrot Lane does or what Blue Nile does, or a lot of other websites have started doing loose diamonds online. Even Surat Diamonds has, I think Gitanjali has as well. But 77 Diamonds allows you to build that entire ring on a single screen. You can select a ring from above here, select your diamonds around here, stones get listed over here, select a diamond, check out everything on a single screen. Forget about 3 clicks, forget about 3 screens, single screen, everything on a single screen. Similarly, this is Bridal Design Center. This is run by Sam's Club in the US. Sam's Club is I think it's subsidiary of Walmart, not really sure, but very, very simple. You select a ring, very user-friendly. Again, it's Flash. I wouldn't recommend using Flash in this day and age, but still kind of cool. You can switch your ring around, switch your stones around, sizes around, all of that. Cool Diamonds, again, similar. The reason why I find this one really cool is in terms of pricing. As you'll see, when you change these parameters, the prices of the entire order is going to change on the fly. We'll see a little bit more in one of these other ones. This is military rings. Again, gonna have to scroll a little bit, but you're going to be able to see the customer build the product. If I'm the customer, I come onto this site, I'm going to put something here. It's going to add items on the fly. I'm going to be able to see the product being built in front of me. I should select a stone. It's very, very user friendly in that mechanism. It's kind of a different type of jewelry. This particular company is able to ship the product in 7 days, and these guys manufacture in China. I don't know how they do it, but it's phenomenal. This is under the APHIS. Not sure how many people are familiar with APHIS, but it's American Armed Forces, and they're doing military rings here. Similarly, there's also class rings, but it can apply to any kind of jewelry, personalized jewelry in India. In India, I think what is going to be very common is birthstone jewelry, since it's so popular here. This is Helzberg. This is one of our clients in the US. Things are a little not aligned right now because we've zoomed out, whatever. But what it allows you to do is basically drag and drop elements on the fly, right? So let's say I don't want this particular charm. Click it, drag it, take it off. Add new charms on it. Pull a charm from here, add it to it, right? Very simple. Again, this is all silver jewelry, very not too expensive. This one's added up to $500. This is not precious. This is not precious metal, not precious stones. So 500 is relatively cheap when you're buying all of these beads together. There's also Gemvara. Not sure how many people have heard of this, but this is beautiful. I mean, in terms of being able to customize your jewelry. This is beautiful, beautiful. I cannot even imagine the amount of photography or rendering that they've done. Just so you guys understand, when it comes to like customized jewelry, photography is not an option. It's primarily rendered jewelry. This particular jewelry, not only can you change each of the lines of stones here, but you can also change the metal, right? So now we are talking about each stone. There's probably like 20 stones available to choose from. They are generating the image on the fly. Now I don't have a network here, so I can't customize this for you. But if I click on customize here, you'll be able to select each stone. A beautiful, beautiful piece of software. Colore, again, a colored stone. I kind of want to switch there. This is again, one of our demo sites. But with Gemvara, what is very interesting is the rendering that they've done. So let's say there's 20 types of stones available, multiplied by 3 rings that you saw over there. We are talking about 20 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 20 pieces of jewelry that need to be rendered, multiplied by the number of metals it's available in. Yeah, so we are talking about like 4,000, 5,000 pictures that need to be rendered for each piece of jewelry. Yeah, lot of work gone there, but totally worth it. They most definitely charge a premium on on their products, but people are not complaining. Rendering is actually much cheaper than taking photographs of something, because when you take a photograph of something, you have to take the photograph, clean it up, put it on a white background, make sure the diamonds are more visible. When it comes to rendering, you make sure that it looks fine on one, and then everything else is going to be in place. So if you want to take 5 or 6 or 7 different angles of one piece of jewelry, much more simple when it comes to rendering. There is a little bit of effort that goes up front, but it definitely is much cheaper than doing it. That's if you have a CAD or CAM model of this jewelry. If you're doing handmade jewelry, then it's not an option. Let's switch back to the presentation here. And so I covered some of these, fixed and dynamic pricing. I'll show you a little bit of that as well. So again, internet's not working, I can't show you, but so what we would allow you to do, or what there's several sites that allow you to do, is change your pricing on the fly. Right now, I can select a metal quality, I can select a metal type, I can select a stone color, and every single piece in my jewelry is going to be repriced according to the stone quality, GVS2 or 18 karat ke badle 14 karat chahiye. Everything is going to be repriced based on this. Now in this one there's only 99. You have 10,000 pieces of jewelry. Someone walks into the store, forgot your e-commerce site, but even someone walks into your store, open up your website, he comes and says, okay, I want to see everything that you have, but I want it priced based on 18 karat white gold with GVS2 diamonds. Right now, imagine how long it's going to take you if you try to do that with your price list, etc. You want to do this on the fly, very, very fast. Let's move ahead a little bit. Be social, absolutely essential. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, Quora. Reddit, Quora are actually more social bookmarking website. Most people are familiar with Facebook and Twitter. I'm not going to go into that. Pinterest is gaining a lot of kind of merchandise. Facebook store. So Facebook, if you can install an app or something of that sort that you might be able to find, we make that as well. You can sell jewelry while you're on Facebook without ever leaving Facebook. Excellent way. You have a Facebook page for your company. Anyone could create a Facebook page for themselves on Facebook, and you add this app. Whatever is on your website will automatically appear on your Facebook store, right? It's a very seamless experience there. Mobile, similarly, is essential, not just in terms of the customer being able to use it, but also in terms of your in-store people or the people on the field. Let's say you carry 1,000 pieces in your store, but someone comes into the store and says that, oh, yeah, I like this, but something different would be nice, maybe thoda sa bada. So what you can do is open up your iPad. You know, iPad can have 10,000 pieces. Maybe some you have made, some things that your vendor can provide, some things, you know, instead of you losing the customer, you want to show him other pieces, right? You don't need to keep that in the inventory. Same thing, your salesman goes out on the field, he doesn't need to carry 200, 300, 400 pieces. He'll carry your sample line, and then he can carry an iPad. And now, you know, there's a lot more that's coming in with mobile in terms of the customer downloading the app themselves, you know, visiting your website with a mobile-friendly website. There's something called a term called as showrooming, which is getting common in the US, where people walk into a store, take a picture of the barcode. The barcode's automatically going to go and look for the prices online, and they go and tell the store owner, like, oh, you know what, I'm getting this online for like $30 less. You know, why can't you give it to me for that same price? You know, that's kind of becoming common. So it works both ways. There's also going to be people who are going to look at your products on the mobile device, but they won't purchase it. They'll come into your store and buy it. You still need to be there. Yeah. Mobile, multi-platform. Don't think that only being on an Android or only being on iOS is important. HTML5 is making that very seamless. You develop for one platform, you'll get it on all devices. Yeah. Just some samples of the mobile catalog of a mobile catalog application. Next, customer-facing element, which is very important, is you know, affiliates, marketplaces. You know, Jewel Souk is huge in Gitanjali. You know, you can put your products on there. You can put it on eBay. You can put it on, if you're in loose diamonds, you can put it on Drapnet and IDEX, which is very common. Third-party websites are going to help you in terms of brand building as well. It's not just about selling your products. It's also about you building your brand, so that eventually the first time someone might buy it off of eBay, but the second time, now that he knows about you, he'll buy it directly from your website. Repeat, you know, you obviously want to focus on your website because repeat orders, if you keep focusing on a certain platform like a Jabong or a Snapdeal or whatever, the next time they want to purchase, they'll continue to go on there. So you do want to get people onto your website eventually. Yeah. B2B. This is a question that we get a lot. Even a lot of people ask us that, you know, we do want to get into B2C as well, but currently we are only in manufacturing. What do we do? Or we are only in wholesale. There's a lot of opportunities in terms of B2B, especially you know, in terms at the manufacturer level, right? When a lot of your customers may not be in the same location as you are, you want to be, you know, and they know you. They know what products you're going to sell. You want to be able to allow them to place an order online. Now, you know, there's going to be a lot of dynamic pricing involved. You know, when any kind of B2B processing requires, you know, a lot of selection based. So based on what diamond quality I select, based on what metal quality I select, the prices need to change on the fly. You can put your own, you know, price list on there. Your metal prices can be updated using an XML feed over the internet, you know, using a web service, so it'll automatically update. You don't need to do anything. If it's B2B, you most definitely want to password protect it, not just password protect it, but when that person logs in, you'll know who he is, right? So you can base your prices on the customer that is logged in. Loose diamonds, B2B is humongous. You know, even in India, not even in India actually, primarily in India, B2B loose diamonds is a huge market. Venus Jewels, some of you guys might have heard of, Venus is a diamond manufacturer only in India, one of the largest ones in India. They, I think, have a turnover of around $400 million. Out of the $400 million, $150 million worth of business happens online only. Yeah. So this is not small business. You know, it's huge when it comes to B2B, especially when it comes to loose diamonds. Another thing that you know, is interesting from a manufacturer or wholesale perspective is multiple storefronts. So what you can do is you have your website or you have your B2B platform, Under that platform, there's multiple websites under it. So let's say you have a customer who's a retailer, you can provide him a free website. You say that, okay, आप मुझसे 3 लाख रुपए का माल खरीदोगे, मैं आपको website free दूंगा. Automatically, your products are listed on his website. So not only are you helping him in a way to be able to sell his own products, but also you're selling your products through him, right? This is becoming, I don't want to say common, but it's kind of a new thing that a lot of people are doing, in the B2B environment. Affiliates, what we touched upon earlier, is also a B2B space. Let's move on to the admin tools. This is not, so much fun and games here, so a little more serious, but I don't want to skip this because it's kind of quite important. Product management. Now, product management with jewelry is more difficult than product management with other categories such as shirts or toys or apparel or electronics for that matter. There's so much more that goes into jewelry, in terms of how you specify your jewelry, whether it is diamonds, whether it is color stones, whether it is metals. The one thing I don't like the way people are doing it in India is the categorization. You don't want to do categorization based on diamond jewelry, gold jewelry, pearl jewelry. That's not a category. A category is bracelet, ring, earring. What is gold, what is loose diamonds, or what is diamonds and what is color stones? That is a property of the jewelry. So tell people or allow people to select a category first. मैंने एक बार bracelet select कर दिया, उसके बाद filters दिखाओ. Show them filters that, okay, you want gold only, click on gold. All can happen on a single screen. Yeah, but don't make like, okay, पहले gold jewelry select किया, फिर bracelet select किया, फिर bracelet में से कोई और sub category में गया. I mean, how many clicks is it going to take until for you to get to the person, right? So you want to get everything on a single screen. Allow him to select what kind of product he's looking for first, and then he can select what properties he wants. मुझे diamond वाला चाहिए और मुझे silver jewelry चाहिए. Yeah, so you will only show on that one screen those two parameters. Right? And this is all happening on a single screen. So, product management wise, jewelry is a very, very specific sort of industry where a lot of parameters go in there. There's a concept of style and stock, and, with ring sizes change, the variations change, and the prices change. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. There's also cross-selling, upselling, which I'm not going to get into here. Not so much technology related, but you do want your technology to be able to handle these kind of things. Loose stones, again, there's singles, there's certified stones, uncertified stones, whether you're doing colored stones or whether you're doing loose diamonds, a lot of this might come and play. Gift vouchers, very, very interesting, kind of did not want to put it in product management here, but it is almost a product because the person is paying for a gift voucher. The gift voucher can then be redeemed against a physical product, but it's still something that you are getting money for immediately. What we're seeing a lot of is, people purchasing a gift voucher and then not actually redeeming it. That money is yours to keep until he redeems it. 5%, 7%, 10% might never redeem it. Yeah. Content management, your about us, education pages, you want to be able to do all your search engine optimization, news, blogs, etc. The more advanced type of content management systems will also allow you to change your themes, your colors, your menus, everything is something you will be able to handle. Every time you want to change something, you don't have to go to, your technology provider, you don't have to go to your IT team and say that, okay, can you please change it for me? That whole process takes too long. You want to be able to say, okay, मुझे आज एक नया menu item add करना है, नई category add कर दी है, products add कर दिया, फटाफट जाके, quick. It should be very easy. CRM tools, again, very, very important when it comes to, e-commerce. You want to be able to keep in touch with your customers. Yeah. Send out an email once in 3 months. Whether it is product promotions or whether it is just a newsletter that, okay, this is how, we've been doing over the last couple of months. We've done this event, we've done this event, and these are the new, Diwali is coming up, we are going to be offering 20% discount, whatever it is. Keep in touch with your customers. Help them remember you. Yeah. So it's very important to do marketing using your CRM tools. Knowing your customer, this does not always happen when you're selling in your store. Sometimes people will pay using cash or maybe a check or something like that. You don't know who he is. You don't have his email address. You don't have his phone number. You might not even know his name. Right? The advantage of doing e-commerce is you have all this information. Use that information, right? There's also SMS marketing. There's limits on how many SMSs you can send. You're going to be able to study the reviews, the ratings. It's so important today to give good customer service. That is probably the only way you are going to be able to generate loyalty. Online there's not much loyalty. Someone's going to purchase from your site once, next day he might purchase from someone else. But your good customer service is going to be is going to generate loyalty for you. So you want to be able to do loyalty programs if you like points, but customer service is absolutely essential. How do you do that? Look at your product reviews. When you ship out a product, allow your customer to put in a little review on there. Look at those reviews. Look at your Twitter feed. Look at your Facebook. If there's problems, address them. Yeah, you need to be there. Discount coupons again that might help you guys. Order management. I think a lot of you guys are familiar with this, so I don't want to get too much into this, but there's 3 stages usually, and I'd like to break them up into this pre-order, where you might send a quotation, they prepare wish list, they might share it with their friends on Facebook, like, okay, I like these 3, can you help me select which one I should buy? Consignments as well if you want. There's ordering, which is the shopping cart, checkout, that part, and then there's the order fulfillment part, which is the post-order. Very essential to make sure that you keep your customer updated on where he's at. So if you promise 7 days, after 4 days when you're shipping his product, tell him, this is where it's shipped out, this is the tracking code, go onto DHL's website, FedEx's website, whatever it is, track it, Blue Dart, whatever it is, right? Roles and access control. So like I mentioned, not only do you want to keep it simple for your customer, you also want to keep it simple for everyone else who's using it. Whether it is an admin, whether it is a data entry person, whether it is an order person, an invoice billing person, everyone should only see what is pertinent to them. You show them everything, confused ho jata hai. Right? You want to be able to split up your technology, give different interfaces to each person. Whether you're doing it also, it needs to be simple. If you're doing it yourself, doesn't matter. Make sure that everything is simple. For a salesman, it's essential to be able to do phone-based orders, right? So someone calls, this happens a lot in jewelry, right? Because it's a high-value order. If 2 people buy, I forget the number exactly from what our customers say, but I think from every 2 to 3 people that pay online, there's another 4 to 5 that will call you on the phone and either come into your store and pay you the money, or they will give you your credit card information on the phone. Yeah. So your phone support, customer support is very, very important. Security, again, 3 parts here. What information do you take? What information do you pass on to your payment provider? And what information do you keep stored in your database? Just because you take information doesn't mean that you store it. And you might not want to store it. The reason is you want to take as much information as possible, most definitely. But don't pass more information than you need to. Let's say you need to pass your information on to your payment gateway provider. Pass him only the information that he needs. Okay? You have to pass it over a secure connection. It has to be over HTTPS. Especially if you're passing on credit card information. Yeah? Same thing. Keeping information, be very, very careful about what you're keeping on your website. If you're allowing people to enter their credit card information on your website, I would recommend do not store that information. Let him come back the next time, put his credit card number again. If you store that credit card information, it is your responsibility to make sure that someone else doesn't take your admin password, your employee leaves, he has your password. All of that information is susceptible to, misuse. Yeah, you do not want to take information that you don't need. In fact, a lot of payment gateways right now will allow you to process a transaction without you ever having to take the credit card information yourself, right? So what you'll do is someone will hit a checkout button, he'll get transferred onto the payment gateway, वो payment gateway के ऊपर ही credit card information डालेगा, checkout दबाएगा, वापस आपकी website पे आके order confirmation मिल जाएगा, right? So better to not take information that you don't need, right? Because when you get into credit card stuff, there's so many compliance issues that you need to take care of, which are kind of lax right now and not really enforced in India, but you don't want to take responsibility. I mean, अगर आपका customer का credit card use हुआ है, misuse होता है, then it is going to be your responsibility. That guy is going to come back to you and be like, I only used my credit card in 3 places. Yours was one of them. I think that it might have been leaked from you. Why do you want to take that headache, right? Reporting tools. So like we mentioned earlier, you're going to be able to study your customer behavior. How will you be able to study your customer behavior? If you have that data. Once he comes onto your website, you can actually, track where he's going. If you see over here, this is one of our customers' web metrics. There's a huge spike in like this area. This is right before Christmas. So Christmas was around this time. Yeah. So right before Christmas, there was so much that led up to Christmas that people are buying online, and after Christmas, again, this is a low time for most jewelry people in the US, and that's why you see how it's going down. It allows him to see. I mean, if you guys are familiar with Google Analytics, you'll see a lot of information of where the user is going, which pages he's going to, and which pages he's not going to, how he's getting to your website through Google, through search engine marketing, whether through Facebook or through just a link on someone else's website. Yeah. Integration, you want to make it as seamless as possible. You want to make sure that that someone who's adding products to your website, he doesn't have to go through a 2-hour process every day to update your website. You want to be able to integrate whether it is you're maintaining your products on your Excel file or whether you're using an ERP system, you want that kind of integration. Make it easy. There's several different ways to do integration, some more complex than others, but keep it simple. You also need an integration with affiliates. So every time you want to ship out, or let's say you want a affiliate feed, a data feed sent to Jabong or Jewel Souk, then you don't want to update that every day, right? You don't want to do that manually. Make it simple. Right? Payment gateway integration, shipping integration can also be done where we can track where your product has reached on your system. Online marketing, I'm going to skip this slide, because this is not so much related to what we are talking about, and this is a field in itself. I'd encourage you guys to do your own research when it comes to search engine optimization, search engine marketing, on social media, banner ads. Maybe if we want to come back to this later, if we have time, we can. Towards the end of the thing, I'm going to cover some of the more cool things that are happening in the industry now. I want to cover, maybe take some time to take some questions as well. But before that, let's discuss what your options are in terms of technology, right? You can do it in-house. If you have the capability to do it in-house, that's an option for you. There are advantages, disadvantages to all of them. The advantage of doing it in-house is it'll be exactly the way you want. So that's going to help out in terms of future capabilities as well, because as you go forward, you want to build and add new features to your website. If the team is in-house, that will help. In terms of outsourcing it, sometimes it's actually less expensive to outsource it, especially if you buy a ready-made product. For you to build it in-house is not only going to cost you more, but it's also going to take you significant amount of time, right? So you're talking about a year to 2 years to build something in-house, as opposed to that if you outsource it, or someone has a ready-made platform, you can take it off the shelf, right? So custom-made versus ready-made kind of ingrains with this as well. The more customizations you do, the more time it's going to take, the more cost it's going to involve. Ready-made softwares, as opposed to that, at least the ones that are, that have been around for a while, whether it is open source, whether it is built, proprietary platform, they have kept a lot of things in mind when they built it. So for example, over the last 5 years, whatever we've built, whatever new feedback we've gotten from customers, we've kind of ingrained it into our software over the last 5 years, right? E-commerce platform. So we've learned from it. So that helps. So that's the advantage of going with something that's a little more ready-made. There's also the option of taking it ready-made, then getting it customized, right? So you can, even with an open source platform, take a open source platform, customize it. Again, with a generic as opposed to an industry specific, this is a little more complicated. Those who are using like a manufacturing ERP will understand that buying like an ERP off the shelf, a non-jewelry specific ERP, and then customizing it is very, very complex. I've heard of companies that go for an SAP solution in jewelry, and let's say the cost of that is 1.5 crore rupees. The cost of customizing it is going to be 2 crores. So that's insane, right? I mean, the whole purpose of buying something off the shelf is that you can use it faster. You can take the best practices in mind. Unfortunately, the jewelry industry is so specific that a lot of customization need to be made. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both. With industry-specific ones, you can put detailed jewelry information. You can do searching and indexing capabilities. What I mean by that is, like I mentioned, instead of doing diamond jewelry, gold jewelry, etc., do bracelets, do rings, okay? And then once he comes there, then just allow him to do a little click, right? Just allow him to do only gold jewelry, only this, right? So the filters will allow you to narrow down your search result instead of going from page to page to page, right? That's something that industry-specific thing will allow. There's also, of course, the pricing element, which is useful. SaaS-based as opposed to enterprise, my personal recommendation is, always start small. Don't go with something fancy to start with. Start small and add on to it. Don't start with something super fancy because you're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of work that you need to do. Start small, build onto it. Yeah. So move on to something, start from a SaaS, go to something that is more enterprise related, you can customize it, things like that. Conclusion, online, offline, you want to merge the two. There's no difference between the two elements now. Don't think that your offline setting is different from your website. Everything is getting merged into one. Yeah. So keep that in mind when you build your business. Does your location matter? Do I service my existing customers through my online website, or do I attract new customers on it? Again, important, right? So the answer is difficult to say in a couple terms here, but I'll tell you my experience with the customers that are using our platform is that existing customers, it is useful for people that don't reside in your town. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of people that you have transacted with in the past. You've already established that trust, but they don't live in your city. What do you do? Right? That all you need to do is that tell them that, okay, now I have an e-commerce website, whether that person is an NRI or that you are in Bombay and that person is in Delhi or somewhere else. He doesn't need to, he won't be like, okay, मैं March में आ रहा हूँ, तभी आपका products देख लूँगा, right? He can just buy it online. Yeah, so it's going to help a lot from an existing customer perspective. New customers, of course, you're going to be generating new traffic that's on your website as you do SEO, SEM, all your marketing tools, your Facebook, your mobile. That's going to attract more people onto your site. but you can use that to drive traffic into your store as well. Yeah, it's not just about selling online to the new customers, right? They're going to be your lifelong customers. You need to focus on that. Just to touch a little bit on the photography, videos, and rendering part, like I mentioned before, I am a strong proponent of getting your jewelry rendered as opposed to being taken photographs of, especially if you have the ability of, getting CAD images. If you have every single piece of yours, if there is a CAD model of it, instead of taking a physical piece out, taking a picture of it, get it rendered. It looks much more prettier. It will cost you less as well. Yeah. But again, either way, photography, videos, rendering, all of them are essential. If you end up doing photography, make sure you clean it up. Make sure you put it on a black background or a white background. Don't keep it like, अगर आपने photography लिया और पीछे कुछ blue color का पड़ा हुआ है, it's not okay. Right? I mean, photography is essential when it comes online. You're not giving him the ability to touch and feel it. At least give him a good photograph, right? Start small, think big. That's what I mentioned earlier. Don't wait to make it perfect. Let's start with a few categories. Don't try to get like 10,000 products on there. You'll never be able to start. Start with 200 products and then add on to it. Okay, it's okay if you say, let's say you put all your categories, it's totally fine if you say that, okay, abhi mere paas, 200 hi hai, we'll add on to them as we go forward. Add your main products first, then go ahead and add the other ones. Yeah. What's next? Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of videos here. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are bored from listening to me for this long. So augmented reality, what is augmented reality, right? Let's say, think of a device on your mobile device. I put my iPad in front of my palm and switch the product, and it's going to show me what the product is going to look at on my hand, right? This can happen online as well. So I've buffered a video here. Let's see if I can get that running. Unfortunately, there's no audio. Maybe there is. Nope. Okay. Well, maybe you can share some links later, but you can look this up, boutiquefashion.com. They have an augmented reality application which will allow you to basically stand in front of your computer or sit in front of your computer and try on different jewelry, and it is live on the fly. You don't need to take pictures, you don't need to take anything, just sit in front of there, click, click, click. There's also like hand gesture movement that they recognize as well. Very, very cool app. There's also those same apps available on a mobile device as well. Some very cool new things happening there. I'm going to try just one more time. Okay, too bad. There's Warby Parker. Just to give you guys an example of Warby Parker. This is a company that I want to say is only about 2 years old. It's worth $50 to $100 million. All they do is sell eye frames, frames for your glasses. Yeah, they have a phenomenal application that allows you to try on your glasses on the website, right? I mean, they also have a home try-on program, which is also kind of cool, where after you do all this online, if you're still not comfortable with it, you can have them ship 5 products to you. You can try them on, look at yourself in the mirror, whichever one you want to keep it, send the other 4 back. Yeah, they'll also allow you to send that one that you selected back and tell them that, okay, mujhe ye number chahiye. And maybe they're not sunglasses, they're actual glasses, you might want a number on them. They'll do all of this for $99. Yeah, it's their own brand. They don't sell other brands as well, but Only in a couple of years, they've gone from 0 to 50 to 100 million valuation in terms of sales. So, they're using augmented reality in a very large scale, and that's kind of what has gotten them all the buzz. Yeah. I'm going to try one more. Oh, can you believe it? It's working. So I'm not going to make it full screen, but this is a 3D hologram, okay? And these lights that you see at the bottom, they are actual people. There was a concert in Japan, yeah, where I don't know how many people, but if you see this one, this has 18 million views on it. Yeah? It's a hologram of a cartoon character in the middle of a stage, 3D hologram projected on the screen, and there's people all around it. Yeah. There was a real concert that happened maybe I think last year or the year before that, and I feel that this 3D hologram technology is going to come into jewelry as well, going forward. To be able to try on jewelry, to be able to see the jewelry, instead of being able to just see it on the screen, you'll be able to project it. Yeah, project it off the screen onto something, off your laptop, rotating things like that. Of course, we're slightly far away from there. Augmented reality is much more real than holograms are. We're a little far away from there. Couple cool things that people are looking at right now is GPS embedded chips. Inside the jewelry, there can be a chip embedded. You can track the jewelry. You lose it, be able to find it. There's video and data as well. So, there'll be a chip inside the jewelry. You put it on this little platform, and there'll be a video that is encoded onto the jewelry that will show up. You already get, these packages with a little video thing on it. So when you give a ring, you might want to propose using video, or something emotional you might want to say. It could be messages as well. So that's coming towards the end of our presentation. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what Diamond Technology Solutions does. We specialize in technology in terms of software, e-commerce applications, and mobile applications for diamonds and jewelry. E-commerce is a very large part of our offering, as opposed to software and mobile. As of now, a lot of our customers, we are spread out all over the world in terms of, our solutions. We have, people in 11 countries, companies in 11 countries. Our products are translated into, 7 to 8 languages. So we're pretty much all over. I'm going to leave here with just a little video that I'll play. I'm not sure if the audio is going to work, but just a little video of our company. Not sure if the audio is going to play, but let's see what we can. Okay, do we have time for any questions now? Or are we done?